the Vatican has released its long-anticipated report into former U.S. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. The Vatican Secretary of State says the findings of this 460-plus page report will bring a lot of pain to the faithful.
We publish the report with sorrow for the wounds that the matter has caused to the victims, their families, the Church in the United States, and the Universal Church. The trust of many faithful people in the Church has been damaged.
The 90-year-old was laicized last year following a Holy See investigation that confirmed decades of allegations of sexual abuse against minors and adults. Joining us now with more on this report is EWTN News Rome correspondent Colm Flynn. Colm, good to see you. So how did this report come to be and how much is included in it?
Good evening, Tracy. Well, there is much to unfold, covering a time frame of nearly 90 years. This report was originally commissioned by Pope Francis in 2018 to investigate how the now disgraced former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick rose through the ranks of the hierarchy of the Catholic Church to become one of the most powerful cardinals in America, despite there being a string of sexual abuse and misconduct allegations against him, involving other men, seminarians, and even minors. As McCarrick had such a long career in the Church, this report looks at the time of Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict XVI, and Pope Francis.
Colm, what else does this Vatican report say?
Well, Tracy, the report doesn't point the blame on anyone specifically, but it does lay out a very detailed paper trail of what church leaders knew and when. It does focus on the decision made by Pope John Paul II to elevate McCarrick to the position of Archbishop of Washington. That was a post which would make him one of the most powerful and high-profile figures in the United States. The report says that John Paul II received a letter from late Cardinal John O'Connor. He was then Archbishop of New York. And in that letter, Cardinal O'Connor outlined the rumours and the allegations against McCarrick to the Pope. Now, there was no proof for these allegations, but remember, this was a warning letter coming from the Cardinal Archbishop of New York, who was very renowned and respected. Well, in response, Pope John Paul II commissioned an investigation into this. And the report today claims that the information Pope John Paul II received was misleading and inaccurate. Some bishops said that they had heard stories about the allegations, but didn't believe there was any sexual conduct involved. Well, based on the information at hand, Pope John Paul II decided to pass over McCarrick for the positions of Archbishop of New York, of Chicago, and initially Washington, D.C. However, when McCarrick heard about the letter that Cardinal O'Connor had written, he personally wrote to the Vatican and strongly insisted he was innocent. The report today says that his denial was believable, and so the allegations were all dismissed as rumour. After that, Pope John Paul II named McCarrick as Archbishop of Washington, a position that he held then for 6 years.
Colm, what does the report say about Pope Francis and how much he may have known about McCarrick?
Well, Tracy, according to the report, Pope Francis, who became Pope in 2013, was not given any documentation about the allegations against McCarrick. Now, of course, he knew about the case, but the report states he believed it was thoroughly reviewed and didn't see any need for further action. But in 2018, Pope Francis removed McCarrick from the College of Cardinals, and last year the Holy See defrocked McCarrick after accusations that he had abused a minor were found to be credible by a church investigation.
Okay, thank you so much, Colm. Colm Flynn, EWTN News Rome correspondent. Thanks again, Colm.
Thank you, Tracy.